All right, welcome back to another episode of 4 Degrees Funnier. I'm one of your hosts, Darian.
Hello, I'm JC. How's it going?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good. Um, Hopefully the listeners can hear me.
I think it's better. Thank
But
God we solved that crisis.
this is what happens when two boomers start a podcast.
Boomers!
I think there's like nothing more humbling than the like tech requirements that I was like, oh, easy peasy. Like we'll figure this out. I shouldn't even say that. Allie's done absolutely everything. I know we say that all the time, but like we were like, oh my God, why is my volume so low? Well, it's because I turned my microphone all the way down. Like,
Crank that shit up!
what a boomer.
Ooh,
I feel like that's like the equivalent of asking, like, where's my mail app on my phone?
it
It's like,
literally is.
I don't know, Karen, just search it.
Just look it up.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I feel
Uh,
like we're in a weird age because we grew up with technology in a way, but like not to the same extent. It was like still so evolving in our like primary years.
yeah.
Like I feel like it's a little bit different.
We actually were talking today at work about my office manager. She just got rid of her, like, binder of CDs. And I'm like, wow. Like, and she was like, I had the Avril Lavigne one. Like, my next one was Sugarland. And I'm like, girl, I had all the same ones.
Yeah,
Like we all had the same thing. And we were
everybody has.
talking about how you like put it in your like CD player and then you would like record it on your phone or your whatever so that you could listen to it like on the bus.
Yeah, or like use it as your ringtone.
Yeah. Her kids, she was like telling them that she had a phone, but then she also had an iPod or yeah, an iPod.
Hmm.
And they were like, what do you mean? Like it's not all on one. Like no, you literally had to have a separate music device.
Yeah, I literally was explaining this to a kid one day. I said something like, "Oh yeah, like don't you ever listen to that on your iPod?" And they were like, "What's an iPod?" I was like, okay,
Remember iPod touches? That was basically an iPhone.
yeah, basically."
Remember what was that game? That tapping game. Tap Tap Revenge?
But that's a dance. Dan. Wait, which
Uh,
one are you thinking? Are you thinking of the bird one?
we're getting back to the Airbud thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We should use an earbud for this. You mean an earbud or an AirPod?
I'm
I
not
think it
well, you
is
guys.
Tap Tap Revenge. I just looked it up. It is a game.
Ah,
And you had like the
Yeah.
three lines, like
it's
the
like
colors.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like Guitar Hero, but on your iPod Touch. I never had one, but my friends did, and I thought it was super cool.
I really like that skee ball game.
Okay.
The
What are you
skee
talking
ball.
about? Tap Tap Revenge.
Is
It's like
that like you
skee
just
ball.
swipe and try and throw something?
Yeah,
That
I,
sounds
like,
so intriguing, Darian.
I
Tell me
liked it
more.
a lot. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's the equivalent of the beer pong game on your iPhone right now. It's like
Yeah,
this is bullshit. Yeah.
it's so stupid. Yeah.
Wow, you were really thriving as a kid, hey?
Yeah, well, I got an iPod Touch in the ninth grade. I won it. It was kind of a big deal.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was kind of a major flex because, like, obviously I was never going to get one otherwise.
That is a major flex.
Yeah, no big deal
I
for that one in the Zippo lighter app.
oh where it just looked like you were lighting something?
No, just it was like a Zippo lighter basically, and you would like go like this, like shake your
Uh
iPod, and it would like open the thing, and then you would like
mm.
press the thing, and it would turn the lighter on, and then you'd shake it, and the wave would move, like
Or like the beer.
the beer one, yeah, and you'd tip
You
it,
look
and
like you're drinking a beer. Like, that's so stupid. What were we like? I guarantee China and all of Asia was 18 years ahead of us, and we were like, check this out. It looks
yeah,
like we're drinking a beer, and we're not.
yeah, it
Wild.
was the Zippo lighter app, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
That's so funny.
I was here to ask Darian if you want to tell the iPod story.
About how you destroyed my iPod?
This was the beginning of the end.
Why we had to get iPod Touches.
No, I won my iPod Touch. We got a separate iPod after that, Allie. Okay, Allie in like, what grade would that have been? You were in grade 5 probably? I was in grade 7?
Maybe, yeah.
We got iPod Nanos for Christmas. This was
God, I
before
never knew how to
quarantine.
work those things.
I know, very, and it made that little noise like click, click,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a purple one and Allie got a pink one. Elite. And the same, no, next year for Christmas, we got like a speaker that had like a mount for it, so you could put
Oh,
Like
yep.
a dog.
a
Yep.
dock. Oh my
A
God.
dock.
Wow, we never say that anymore.
No.
So anyway, Allie goes to test it out and she like puts her iPod on it, starts like smoking. Like immediately lights.
Okay, no, it wasn't smoking. It went on and nothing happened, and it was a little bit warm to the touch. There was obviously no smoke in the air, or I wouldn't have
Well,
continued.
It was smoking. So then she's like, okay, well, my iPod's not working. I'm gonna go get Darian. So she goes to my room, grabs mine, puts it on the dock. Mine
smokes
obviously
yours.
also smoking. Yeah. Allie, at this point in her life, had broken her arm. Classic. Allie broke her arm every second year. And she convinced the company, Dad and her, convinced the company that of this manufacturer to not only like replace it, but to also give us money for iPods, and then also gave her money for her pain and suffering.
It was like, well, no, it was honestly like I was just really upset because you were screaming at me like every day because your iPod was broken. I was
Yeah.
distraught because I'm an idiot. And then Dad was like in the
That's
middle of
in and of
this.
itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so then he's like, and he's mad because he bought this for Christmas. And like,
It didn't work at all. Like we didn't get to use
yeah,
it one time. It blew up our iPods
literally.
immediately.
And like
I'm
it was from a reputable store too. Like I'm not gonna say, but then so you got a hold of like the company and the manufacturer, blah blah. Yeah, bought us new iPods, gave us a new dock, and like a couple $100 cash, I think.
I'm pretty sure you got $200 cash.
Yeah,
wow.
and I was like, I was
You
actually
thought
telling
you
my
were rich.
coworker, yeah,
Yeah,
this
right.
story the other day. I was like, that's when I learned like there is justice. You know, there's a justice system. Like it was like you fried two little kids' iPods on Christmas Day, you're gonna have to pay. Like,
Yep.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You're like, oh, this is right. Everything is right in the world now.
yeah, yeah.
And that's how you became a Karen. You're like, I'm just going to complain about everything and see what I can get now.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, the iPod. Never forget.
Uh, they had like elite colors then. Do you remember like the hot pink?
Mhm.
Like, that was crazy.
It was pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't, I had like the iPod, like, I think it was literally like the classic iPod or something like that. Gigantic.
Oh,
We
wait.
literally called it the iPod Mammoth.
I remember your iPod because you brought it on some road trips for volleyball. Because it had bangers on it.
It
Like,
did.
it was like, we're bringing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
Added 10 pounds to my pocket, but I brought it. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
doubled as a conditioning, tool.
totally. Yeah, increase
So,
your weight and some more resistance.
absolutely.
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. iPod Mammoth. That one, like, oh, such a flex. Back in the days when it would have like the video on it, the music video.
Yeah. My God.
I feel like this brings us to a good spot to update the funeral playlist too.
Yeah. This is
Because
crucial.
now I think whoever like made this TikTok likely is an FDFF person because
Have to be.
it was so niche that we were like, oh, this is literally for us. But Darian sent me a TikTok of this girl. I forget what it said. What do you remember what it said?
It was like something about like not letting people in to the
Like,
funeral.
yeah, bringing this energy to my funeral or something.
Yeah, like if bringing this energy to my funeral, if you think I'm gonna forgive you, you're wrong.
Yeah.
So good.
And the song that was playing was Not Ready to Make Nice by the Dixie Chicks.
A
And
banger.
I can't believe we didn't think of that one.
I can't believe we did another because we both love that song. I remember one time getting home and it was playing in the car, and we stayed in the car until it ended because we were
Yeah.
just like, gotta get through that anger part.
And it's always so convenient, or not convenient, relevant,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like scary relevant at all times. Or, like the Dixie Chicks are just like, they're a part of like every woman's DNA, I think.
Yes. Even their like newer album. There are some songs on there that I am like, oh my God. Like every woman who's ever been fucked over once in her life
Oh,
can relate to this.
absolutely. Well, Well, like I remember when I was having a hard time, you sent me Gaslighter, and that was like, oh, I was screaming it
Yeah.
all day, every day.
Right?
Yeah, they're such a vibe, and they've always been the same, you know?
Yeah, you know what you know what? You got to respect that they remain consistent in their hate for people.
They
They
do.
they will not they didn't apologize.
Nope.
They didn't give a fuck about what they said. And I resonate with that.
Hmm. They're for the
Yeah.
people. They're for the girls, really.
They really are for the girls. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow,
Hmm.
yeah. So that's got to be added to the playlist.
Yeah,
That'll be
that
good.
one is iconic for sure. I know some of the other fans of the pod were asking me for some recommendations, and the only other one that I have on my phone right now, because I think that like my phone, I don't know, I lost some of the songs at some point.
Hmm.
It was just the funeral. I, I, Ikos. Do you remember IKOS?
No.
Anyways, I think it's just like a funeral procession song that people listening, like my dad right now, is probably like, "You idiot! This is what it's called." And it's probably just like a very common like genre of songs, I would say.
Oh, okay.
This is such a random thought. Did you ever? Well, I'm sure you have, but are you like aware of the kitchen fan like humming on TikTok?
I don't know what you mean.
It's like it was a trending sound for a while, and this
Oh,
girl starts harmonizing with her kitchen fan, and
yes.
like that alone, that little harmonization or whatever, that would send me to heaven, I think. I'm obsessed
Yeah.
with it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I
It was just
can't
like,
impersonate it because I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I remember. Man, does the kitchen fan drive you nuts?
I don't really have a kitchen fan.
Because, like, I am peak overstimulated when it's on. Like, I resonate hard with those TikToks that are like, oh, thought I was going to freak out there. Just had to turn the fan off. Like, if the fan is going for me, I'm
That's
just like,
right. Like the microwave fan. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like, gotta go. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm
No, you're
unwell.
totally right. I
Yeah,
do agree with
it's
that.
so bad.
Okay, I had this other thing that I was thinking about, which, unique experiences for different people. Um, does your brain ever accidentally like turn into slow motion mode?
Like, trying to process something?
Or like when you're talking to someone, it sounds like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Or like what they're saying to you? Or like even just your own thoughts? Like, there this is why I think I'm dying because the other day I was having a thought and like I mean you
I was,
listen to me talk like it's 1,000 thoughts per second like
yeah.
I all cylinders are firing overtime and then how like all of a sudden it just got this is probably like the equivalent of being on Concerta but it just like all of a sudden everything dimmed down and then it was just so slow and I was like I'm
I'm dying.
dying.
I'm dying. Oh my God. I just saw this TikTok that was like, you ever respawn when you're driving and wonder how you made it the last 15 minutes? And then you're kind of scared. Like,
Yeah.
when all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, how did I get here? And then you're like, oh my God, how did I get here? Like,
You went autopilot. Yeah.
pilot, I have no memory of it, and you're like 15 minutes later, you're just like, and then you're
I
like, did I just
sleep.
run that red light? Like,
I know. It's so scary. That's so true. I like the phrase respawned though, because it does feel like you're just boom, dropped in. You're like, whoa.
I'm here now, okay.
What if we did die in another
And now,
life?
was it respawning? Yeah.
But
Ooh.
ooh. Do you believe in that? Do you believe in like different dimensions?
I don't know.
I feel like
I can't think about it too much because I get kind of panicky.
I know, right?
And about death, like, too much. Like, it's funny to talk about death in a funny way for me, but, like,
Yeah.
if I think about it for just, like, half a second too long, immediate doom. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Yeah.
So, like, I try not to think about stuff like in outer space and, like, the
Oh.
deep ocean. Don't think about it. Just, like,
Mhm.
never let it cross your mind, and then you'll be totally fucking fine. But,
Yeah. I
yeah,
did
those are ones.
I saw this thing the other day that was like, what if the stars in the sky are the holes in the box? like our breathing holes.
See, I can't deal with that. Like, yeah, no, it makes me literally want to die. Like,
No, seriously. I
it's
was like,
scary like that. I'm like, no, like, but you remember Divergent?
oh yeah,
That was just basically like they're living their whole lives. Oh, they're just a little bubble.
yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers if you haven't seen Divergent, it came out in 2008.
That's a you problem.
See you problem, get up to date. Actually, I just watched Divergent with Tim not that long ago, like 2 years ago, but he hated how. Do you remember this? That there was no last movie?
No.
There was a final book. Like all the movies correlated with the books, right?
Hmm.
The last movie never went into production.
Oh.
So it like actually the third one didn't end in the last book. So then like Tim didn't even want to watch the third one because he was so mad that I told him that the fourth one didn't exist. And he was like, "We're done." And I'm like, "What?
Cut it off.
We're not continuing." I'm like, "Okay."
So
Like I know how
funny.
it goes, but like sure.
That's fine. That is the worst when that happens, though. You don't get the closure that you need. But
Yeah.
have you watched, which I feel like you probably won't, or maybe haven't, Adolescence on Netflix?
No, but oh my god, my mom was just texting that she was watching today.
It's wild. We watched it the other weekend. It is, I will say there is like a little bit of like triggering, like talking about like sexual assault and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But the way that it's shot is actually incredible. I'm sure your mom was telling you, but it's on Netflix. It's called Adolescence, and it's each episode is shot in one take, and it is absolutely incredible because you like the pass offs and like everything is just continuous. There's not a single cut in each episode, and each episode is an hour long.
That is
So
insane.
and the monologue like between some two like these two characters, I would say like maybe I think it's like 4 or 5 episodes. I would say probably the third or fourth episode there's like this long monologue, no cuts. It's incredible.
Jesus.
They even, this is like another thing about like TV matter. I'm like, how does this happen? But they were like in their house and they got in their car. They drove to another location, which was like a store basically, and then they go into the store and then they get back in their car. All continuous, no cuts. It's crazy. I'm like, is the cameraman holding on to the hood right now?
Seriously.
Are we wearing a GoPro?
Yeah,
Like,
you strapped up, dude? Like, what?
yeah, it's wild. So I would say like a cinematic, I don't know.
Masterpiece?
Well, I was gonna say masterpiece, I
But you
guess,
felt like
but then I was like, well,
masterpiece.
that seems a little overkill.
Well, I don't know what you were gonna say
I,
instead.
I would just say like, the
It was
story,
good.
pretty good, not a masterpiece, but
The way it was shot was 10 out of 10.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you have nothing else to do, I'd say to the
Well, I'm
listeners.
coming up with some free time soon, so I'm trying to save some, content on the back end of April to grind through.
That's fair, as you should,
Thinking
stockpile,
about
baby.
restarting Vampire Diaries actually again for the surgery specifically. I don't know though. It's a lot. It's a big commitment. As you know.
Vampire Diaries. It's just so funny, like all of those TikToks that we send back and forth, and it's like people just don't get it. Like,
Look at it. Did you see
like
that one I sent you of that guy? He's like, previously on Vampire Diaries. And
yeah,
it's like to a T every episode. Like,
yeah.
so funny.
I
We
like
were
wonder if
literally
that's
sitting in Cactus Club, Darian and I, and she like, I'm talking to her, and she like zones out, and then she goes, "Oh, sorry, did you hear that person? They were talking about Vampire Diaries." No, I obviously wasn't listening to them. And what? I was like, what were they saying? Well, I don't know. I just heard they were talking about Vampire Diaries, and I was like, okay, so
That's
I
all
didn't tune in. She was using her vampire ears to overhear.
like, yeah.
Which actually probably brings us to our favorites. Do you think, or did you have something else that you had on the list?
I was just going to say, because I was thinking about my dinner tonight, and I know that you will resonate with me on this one.
Oh yeah.
But were there dinners as a child that you hated to see coming?
Yes.
Do you know what I ate for dinner now that I said this?
Was it something that I hated?
Well, we both hated it, but now we indulge in it, obviously. But like, think about meals as a kid that you were like, oh my God, I'd rather not go home.
Oh my god, I'd rather. Well, my peak one is shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie. That's a great example. That's not what we had for dinner tonight, but great example. Would you eat it now?
No. Well, I
Really?
think one time my sister made it for me and I ate it, and my mom was super mad because I made it. I enjoyed it when she made it, but no, there's something about it that for me, like as a child, I was just like, nah, dude. Like,
Nah. It's slop. That's what it looks like is
yeah.
slop
Okay,
with potatoes on it. Seems sneaky.
it does seem sneaky. It's like there's veggies in there also. Like, I'm
How
not.
dare you?
My second guess is that it's meatloaf.
See, another great guess. I used that as another example earlier tonight when I was talking about this, but no, it is not meatloaf. But I hated meatloaf when I was a kid.
Yeah, I didn't vibe with meatloaf for sure. Allie definitely didn't. If like, um, Allie hates all things ground beef, but like, she just hated everything to do with meatloaf.
Are you thinking of the meatloaf story? Of
I'm
me?
thinking of one specific time. Yeah, you know, and I don't know if your parents did this, but like, you're at the table till you finish.
Yeah.
Allie was at the table for like honestly hours. Like
Yeah, like 3 or 4 hours.
the night had
Like,
come.
not exaggerating. Like,
And
Dad
like just
even
to stare
referenced
off.
the story recently, like last month. I think in Mexico, maybe he made a joke like, I said something
Don't
about,
leave the table till you're done.
yeah, and he was like, well, I had a kid who didn't like meatloaf, and then he like looked at me because I was talking about like, oh, I'll never do that with my kids or something. And he was like,
Yeah.
well, I had a kid who didn't like meatloaf. Like, I sat there
You
all
won't live
night.
it down.
No,
All
and I
night.
just sat there.
Allie's
I was like,
stubbornness came out full fledged. Okay, I gotta know, what is it?
I have one more guess. We ate a lot of this in college.
Lasagna.
No. Lasagna I always liked. I feel like lasagna is hard to hate.
Yeah, but if I have too much of it, I'm eating.
Yeah,
I get the
true.
egg. We ate a lot of this in college.
Yeah. Your mom like specifically was like,
Oh my god, like a roast.
yeah.
My mom was like, "You girls aren't eating enough red bean." She
Yeah.
made us roast, and then we
We
kind
were
of made
like,
roast.
that's when we asked your mom, are hot dogs red meat?
We're eating a lot of pepperoni. Does that count?
She said, I will be there in 6 hours.
Like, you guys are getting a roast for dinner.
Yeah.
Wow, you made a roast tonight.
Well, I assisted.
Oh, I was like, Jesus.
No, Alex put it
Wow.
in at like 5 a.m. and I changed the button settings throughout the day, you know? So,
It's pretty hard work, though.
yeah, I mean, I'd say so. Had to
Wow,
be
did you
pretty.
hate to see a roast coming?
Oh, I hated to see a roast coming. Didn't you? I thought you didn't like roast
No,
either.
I definitely did hate to see a roast coming. As an adult,
Love
now
it.
I'm like, roast is so good.
Yeah.
It's too expensive for me to be making, but like,
Mm-hmm.
delicious.
Mm-hmm. I think that those are very, like, that's got to be the top ones. Shepherd's pie, meatloaf, roast. What was the other one? Or was it
Well,
another?
I said lasagna, but I do feel like, I don't know, Allie wouldn't eat lasagna, right? No, still no.
Yeah, still a no from Allie.
It's Allie's like, I'm not eating anything.
Yeah.
um,
Allie's
yeah,
not even drinking water, so like,
she's obviously not eating the lasagna.
she's like, duh.
Duh.
Uh,
Yeah, you know, other than that, I do feel our mom's a pretty good cook, so I do feel like we were blessed in that regard in some ways, but like there's those few things that you just can't.
no, you can't get over. I
No.
will mention this. Shout out to my second mother in high school, but I did live not with my mom for a year. And she knows this, not my mom, but the other mom. She knows that I had a little bit of a qualm with her menu because I think I complained to my mom about it. I was like, Mom, all she feeds me is chicken and rice. Like every single night for dinner, chicken and rice. Oh my God. I was like, I don't, and like, chicken gives me the ick sometimes.
Oh yeah. Ugh. I
So,
have to eat from it
and
actually
then,
currently.
right? Like, I'm off chicken and eggs right now, I think. Like, I
Yeah.
just
I'm up
can't.
close too. Yeah.
Just talking about it, yeah. But I
Ooh,
mean, like, it literally after I went to university, I don't think we ate chicken and rice like that whole first year. It took me at least like 2 or 3 years to be like, yeah, you know what? I will have only in chicken and rice now. But
yeah.
like before that, could not do it. But that was just
Oh
from an overexposure, I would say.
yeah.
Which I think like people who go to the gym and like are
There's
really self-conscious about or not self-conscious but like really health conscious about their like food and stuff like that when you're just shoveling sweet potato, chicken and rice. Oh my God, that's a grind. I'm
Yeah.
praying for those people who are currently struggling with that. Prayers to
Tim can't
you.
eat chicken and rice anymore because the same thing. It's like, especially I feel like for guys, I don't know if this is just like I'm just kind of placing that stereotype on all men, but like for Tim at least, he could eat the same thing always.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother him. I think that's also some people, because some people I tell them like, if I eat the same meal for 3 days, I'll throw up. Like I can't look at it by the third day, and then I'm mad, and everything has to be thrown out.
Yeah.
But like,
Meal prepping is hard.
oh my god, like, but Tim could do like a whole week. This is the same meal. So chicken and rice for like the gym is such like a staple for guys that they're like, well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy, it's cheap, like I can do it. I can shovel it into my mouth on the go.
Yeah.
It's dry
Yeah.
as fuck. It's given me. I ate some chicken the other day that just like
Oh.
I took a bite and I just was like, that's not right. Like, and I watched myself cook it, like
I know you know
I,
the steps. You're
I
like, I
won't
did
eat
okay.
it when other people cook it most of the time, but like it fucked me up. And then I did the leftovers and I was like, no. Like I just ate around the chicken. I'm like, throw it all out.
Well, we were talking about Greek yogurt recently too, right? Like
Oh
that's also
yeah.
kind of I think a video we had sent back and forth, but it's like the last few bites of my Greek yogurt, and it's like you're gone to fucking war. Like
You're going to war.
you're
Yeah.
like focus up, bear down, get it done.
Get it done.
I've
Yeah.
learned my lesson with that. I'm like I will put like a scoop in, like if I want to bring yogurt, I'll just put like one big scoop. I'm not going back for a second scoop because I know it's going to give me the ick.
Oh.
Man, you should have seen me this morning. That's so funny. I was eating a yogurt cup and I had oatmeal. And I was like fighting for my life. I'm leaning against the counter. I'm like to Adam, like, this is terrible. And he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. It's
Tastes
just, like,
fine.
I can't eat. Like,
Awful.
I was just like, oh, the yogurt and then the oatmeal. Like, I was just like, I can't live like this. Like,
No.
Yeah, I feel like things like that, like I just imagine eating them and they immediately turn to like blocks in your throat and they
Yeah.
just get stacked up and you're like, I can't fit any more stacks in there. Like
No.
I'm done. I've reached my capacity. It's like a Tetris game of oatmeal in your stomach and you're
Yep.
like, no.
I feel nauseous even talking about this.
Honestly, I was just thinking the same. What was it that gave me the ick the other day? Oh no, a few weeks ago I made this like white chili chicken. Do you know what I'm
Oh.
talking about?
Yep.
It gave me the ick immediately.
Oh,
Like
no.
day one, I made like probably 4 dishes of it.
Mm-hmm.
First day I come home and it's not done, and Tim's like, "So I'm gonna be eating this chili for the rest of the week, aren't I?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like no way I can touch that ever again." And now when I see it, like I'm like, no, no.
Do you guys like pho? Pho?
Mm,
No.
sometimes not really, not like crazy about it.
Yeah, we like Vietnamese here for sure, and like I got steak the other day, and do you guys know that if you get steak, it comes like raw,
Yeah, and then the
right?
water like boils
and the
it.
broth cooks it. So I usually get like a small size, but just because we ordered it obviously on Uber Eats, I just like clicked the first one and it was a large size. So it came and I was like, geez, that's like a hunk of meat in there, like, and they have it separated from the broth. So it's just like raw meat that got delivered to my door. And I'm like, oh, whatever, it's going to be fine. Like, not a problem. I dumped all of the meat in and then I dumped the broth in, but like all of the meat balled together. So the inside, when I tell you that there was like, I'm so sorry to everybody listening, like blood. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Honestly, kill me. Like,
I like, it
I
was
would
a
have
struggle.
myself in the soup just to end it.
Like, kill me.
Yeah.
oh my
No,
God.
yeah. So like I had to pick out, I'm like crying. I had to pick out, I'm laughing because I'm traumatized.
I'm so sorry for this trauma. I can't get past it. Like,
I know. So I had to like pick out the meat and put it in the microwave.
no. Honestly, simply what I would do is never eat it again. Like, that would be it for me. I'd be like, it's all contaminated.
I'm done. I'm never eating. Anyways, it turned out to be pretty tasty, but
I can't believe you went back. I could never.
it was my dinner. Like, and also it cost me $20. So like, obviously I'm gonna bear down and eat it. But yeah, it was just like, it was so unfortunate because it mixed with the broth. So I was like, ugh. But
Oh
anyways,
man.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry how triggering that was. I didn't really think it was gonna be that bad.
I had a coworker one time who went for like hot pot. Oh my god. I have to burp now. And she
And then
came back and she's like 2 days later she came back and was like, "Where have you been?" She's like, "Oh, I was sick. Like I went for hot pot and I got food poisoning." And I'm like, "See, like don't put me in charge of cooking my own food then, like at the restaurant. Like
I'm a risk. I'm a hazard.
I'm not here for that experience. Like feed me
I
when you
don't.
cook me or not.
I'm
Like
not qualified.
yeah, this isn't in my job description."
I came out to eat for a
Oh
reason. Oh my
God,
god.
yeah.
That's so true though. Oh, what a terrible tragedy.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, talking about your least favorite things
Yeah, let's
leads
hear
us
it.
into our segment that we want to do today. If that's okay, if you have guys have
Absolutely.
nothing.
If you
Okay.
have a minute, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a segment on favorites. Sorry, my dogs are barking.
My dogs are barking.
So I'm
My
gonna ask
dogs are
you
barking
guys.
too.
Dogs are barking. I'm gonna ask you guys your favorites from like a whole like different groups, genres.
Sure.
Whatever
What
you'd
am I
like it
saying?
to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your segment.
I think it should be your favorites of like all time, not currently.
Okay.
But if you really feel the need to say your current ones, as the
Allow it.
moderator, I'll allow it.
You know we can't hold back sometimes, so
Yeah.
no filters.
Okay, starting off because it's 2025, we were all trying to read this year.
Mm.
What is your guys' favorite book of all time?
I'm gonna get hung for mine. I I would say like in the moment of actually reading it, my favorite was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I really
It was
enjoyed
well
it.
written.
What?
It was well written.
It
Yeah.
was well written, like, and it
Yeah.
was like, yeah, just like, yeah, it made you like, I don't know. It really hooked me, I should say.
Yeah, like movie drama aside, it's a great book. Yeah.
Ooh,
It's a tough one.
sorry.
No, go. I can't think of anything.
I'm like so ADD tonight, but The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo,
That
Oh
one was a
my
good
god.
one.
I stayed up till like 1 in the morning reading that whole book.
right?
Yeah.
That one was really good. I did really enjoy that one. I think
Okay,
I would say that one.
one that I did enjoy, and this is like kind of controversial in a way, is that remember that book, Allie, Looking for Jane, that mom sent us?
Yeah.
It was like kind of about like abortion, and it was just really the story was so well connected, and it's hella relevant. So like that slapped for me. Like I feel like when I finished it, I was like, oh, I need to talk to someone about it. That kind of book, you know?
Oh, maybe I should read that.
Yeah.
I also thought of like another book that's like very instrumental in like a young person's life. It's Bridge to Terabithia.
Oh, okay. I have trauma about watching that movie.
Did you read the book?
No, because I watched the movie in the fifth grade, and it ruined my whole life.
Yeah, I think we had to read the book for school too. And like at that time I wasn't a reader. I at 5th grade I was reading at a kindergarten level, you know? Like I
Yeah.
had to bear down to get that finished. And when I did, I remember being in my room sobbing. And I was like in 5th grade, like I was unwell. I
Yeah.
still remember that. And then I watched the movie after and I did it again.
I did a weekend binge of, I think you remember this, The Fault in Our Stars. I read it, and then I went and saw it, and I sobbed for the whole fucking weekend. I was in bed, like,
Traumatizing.
yeah, really rough weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, hit us, Sally.
Okay, next one, movie
Fave movie of all time.
of all time.
Oh, I have like a couple, I feel like. Because, like, again, it's like when I was a kid, couldn't get me to stop watching Wizard of Oz. I loved The Wizard of Oz.
Who doesn't?
I would dress up like Dorothy like every day. My mom made me red sparkly shoes specifically because I fucking love the cosplay of it.
The cosplay of it.
What's the one I used to watch, Darian?
Oh fucking Christ,
Mary
Mary
Poppins?
Poppins.
I
Yeah.
watched it so many. Like I'd put it on repeat as a kid.
Like
My
she'd sit
parents
there like, again,
Yeah.
more.
obsessed. I can
Alex
feel
is-
like right now. I can just feel it. Like
More, more, more,
watching
more, more.
this scene with all the little chimney guys. I can. It's so
Yeah.
good.
So like that was like more as a kid, I would say. But do you
So
have
Darian
anything?
has no favorite anything, I guess.
No, a movie that came to mind instantly is Spice World, the Spice Girls movie. Like,
You love
I
the Spice Girls.
I do love the Spice Girls, and like that movie was at Grandma's house, and I remember like, woo, gotta watch it every time we were over.
Oh my
Didn't you
god,
love
what
that?
about
Like
the one with the small people?
Oh my God, the Borrowers.
Oh my god, we watched that
oh,
one non-stop at Grandma's as well.
when
Yeah.
the vacuum would come and they got sucked up to the ceiling. Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to watch it right
Oh
now.
my gosh, it's got young Tom Felton in it too, and he's so cute.
Wow, we should watch that. Maybe at Darian's Bachelorette, we're gonna like mandate everybody watches
Watch
that
it.
movie with
I
us.
have it on
No.
DVD.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Fucking
got it
good.
as a gift in like one of those sets that's like a DVD with like 12 different movies, and it happened to be one. I think Shauna gave it to me, Darian.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, that or we rewatched Bridesmaids the other day, and like I don't think I'll ever be able to get over that movie. I audibly am laughing every single time I
You
watch
love
it.
It's a class.
You also love. Hold on.
Me or
Uh,
Allie?
Yeah. No, you, Jay.
Mm.
I'm all over it. She's the man. You love that movie.
That's very quotable for me. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're right. I got
Allie,
a
what's
lifetime of
your...
knowledge.
Yeah, right? Oh, I guess you said Mary Poppins, Allie. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have a favorite movie other than that, really. I don't like movies. Can't sit through them. ADHD.
My toxic trait is that like I rewatch the shit out of movies. If somebody's like, "Let's go watch a new one," I'm like, "No, I'd rather just watch the one that I've seen 1,000 times and laugh at all the jokes I already know."
And know exactly what's to come.
Yeah, and I'll quote it. I'll be that annoying person who says like, you know, all of the quotable lines at the same time.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is favorite TV show.
Well,
Vampire
New Girl?
Diaries.
Oh,
Vampire Diaries, not New Girl.
Well, I got some other. I feel like New Girl and like Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine are like my rotational, like relief
Comfort
shows. You know what I
shows,
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Vampire Diaries for me is like
yeah,
crap.
it can pull something out of you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
Yeah,
a keystone in your life for some
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
For some reason, I'm like, I would die for everybody on that show.
Yeah, and if you've seen it, you get it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like
oh yeah, no one
you
sees it and thinks like, oh, what? It's an okay show.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
watched all 9 seasons. You hated some of it, but
Yeah.
you loved the rest of it.
Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Jay?
Probably New Girl, I would say.
It's so fucking good.
That's like my like
So-
go-to comfort show. That How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like, yeah, probably those. I would say.
Okay, so then favorite character. So either from a TV show or a movie. So not actor, but a character.
Oh, this is
I
like. Go
I
ahead.
know mine. Like
I know
my-
yours too.
Are you
Yours
sure?
is from Vampire's Diaries.
No, no. Actually, it's not.
Okay.
That's Damon Salvatore is obviously like amazing, but
Yeah.
my favorite TV character of all time is Gina Linetti from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
I
was
love
gonna
her.
say Nick Miller, but yeah.
No, like when every time Gina's on the screen, I'm like, oh my God, get ready, she's gonna say something hilarious. Like, love her.
Man, I don't know who mine would be. The first person that came to mind was just like, oh, you have a little visitor.
got a little dog.
The first person that came to mind for me was Jax from Sons of Anarchy for some reason, but that's just because he's a very handsome man.
Damon Salvatore.
Yeah, I mean, which is so funny. Like, I feel like I would choose Stefan over Damon. Is that a hot take?
I think that is a hot take.
That's the hottest take you've ever said.
Oh,
She's
I
like, get off
will.
the podcast now.
Yeah, you're done.
I deeply offended their ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but like to be fair, I haven't like. Do we hate him because of the things that he's done though?
No, it's not
No.
like. Oh wait, you haven't seen The Summer I Turned Pretty.
No.
You should watch that because same but different. But obviously no Vampire Diaries. But like, we are not team like, right, Allie? We are not team Jeremiah, and I think anyone who's team
No.
Jeremiah is fucked because there's
Fuck.
no
Even if
good
you didn't
redeeming
read the books,
qualities.
even if you
Fuck.
just watched the show, you would
You're team
still
Conrad
there's no
or
way.
nothing. Yeah,
We're Team Connie, baby,
yeah.
or we're nothing.
You guys need to pipe down over there.
We have strong opinions about this. I do think Stefan versus Damon is a different conversation for sure. But it's also like, one
We
to
should
go.
on the next
Yeah.
episode. We should do like a who versus who. Who are we
Yeah.
choosing? What
Oh
team
my
are
god,
we
yeah.
on?
I'll make
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta keep us going because I have like two more that I really need to hear
Okay.
your answers to. Okay, so next one, favorite actor or actress, someone that like you see a trailer and you're like, no matter what, you're gonna watch it because that person's in it. Like even if you are like, oh, it kind of looks like garbage, but like, oh, blah blah blah's in it.
Wow. You're gonna have to cut a couple long pauses here, Allie.
Yeah. I feel like someone who I'm like, Sophia Bush.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm like, she's the best, you know?
She's iconic for us, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Also, her voice is like
Oh,
crack.
I know.
Yeah.
Remember you want to just like scream all night so that the next day you would kind of sound like her?
Yeah. Right?
I just think of like comedy, but I feel like that's just because, like I said, I watched Bridesmaids recently. So like Melissa McCarthy,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm just blanked on her name. Amy Schumer,
Yeah.
you know, because I like comedies. I definitely am like a rom-com type of gal.
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like anything that like, yeah, Maya Rudolph or like Amy Poehler or Tina
Or, like,
Fey are in, I'm
Jason
like,
Bateman.
I'm there.
Jason
Yeah.
Bateman, it's like I see
And-
something, I'm like, it can't be that terrible. It got Jason
That's
Bateman.
true. I would say Jason Bateman too, probably. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
good pick.
Okay.
Okay, hit us with the
Okay.
last one.
Okay, the last one's a two-parter.
Okay.
Okay, your favorite song, but it's your favorite song to sing to, and then your favorite song to listen to. Different.
Okay. Favorite song to sing to? Terrible singer.
You're not.
Cowboy Take Me Away. Love to sing that song. Like in my car, I'm like, oh yeah,
You're like, I got a minute. This is what I'm putting on.
put it on, baby.
This
Like,
is literally just a Dixie Chicks hype episode.
Yeah.
we stand with the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
That or I forget who it's by, but it's called Love Triangle. I used to like I feel like one time somebody told me Raylan, Love Triangle by Raylan. One time
Oh.
somebody told me like, I bet you could sing like if you like practice or like something. It's probably fucking Darian who said that to me.
Probably, yeah.
And I was like, oh, bet I'll fucking practice then. Like, and I would sing Love Triangle like in the mirror. Like, and no, I'm not joking. I was 20.
I was just gonna say this album came out when we were in university.
Yeah, yeah. Like I was not a child. I was
Crying in the
a
mirror every
young
day.
woman.
So
Yeah.
sad.
Why is that sad? Is that embarrassing?
No, I guess not.
Guess not. It's like
It's fine. I don't care. I don't do it as much anymore. So,
I don't do it every day.
okay, but yeah, those are mine to sing for sure. To listen to. Ooh. I feel like this is a harder question for you, Darian, because you can actually sing.
this is a really hard question for me. I think I know what my favorite song to sing would it be actually, and I think it is "I Dreamed a Dream" from Les Mis.
Okay, then what about one though, like that's not maybe like
A musical.
yeah, but like maybe not one that you would sing to other people, but like sing in the car, something like that. Because I feel like that wouldn't be the one you would do that for. That would be like if you had to perform a song that's your favorite song, you would sing. But what would you like jam to in the car, like?
Probably "Pray" by Sam Smith.
Oh, that's a good
You
one.
know that one?
Yeah.
Are we talking like that just gets us fired up or like Because
Yes,
I
yeah,
was thinking, I'm like, I like to sing that to be like, oh, I'm a good singer, but like I'm not. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think songs that I like to sing, for me, was like songs that I feel are like vocally
Oh, okay. No, I just meant
enticing.
like that you really feel like when you like belt it out, it just like brings out something in you versus like a song you just like to like listen to because like
Mm.
lyrically or like musically it's like a beautiful song. You know how there's a difference?
Yeah, I like how that we've interpreted this like in so many different ways. But now I have a different answer. Then my answer would be "Burn It to the Ground" by Nickelback.
Oh my god, a banger. Yes. Okay.
Banger.
Wow.
Okay, I gotta
I'm
look
learning
on
so
my.
much about you, even though I've known you for 10 years.
Yeah, Alex's sister was here this weekend. Like every time we would get in the car, like Nickelback was on. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm
It's like,
like,
what the
"I
fuck?
fucking love Nickelback." And whoever says that they don't love Nickelback is a liar. A
Oh my god, me
liar.
and my coworker were going like into like depths about this on our trip last week. Like we were just like, I don't fucking understand why everyone had to hate Nickelback. There's just like so many things you were just like taught to hate, and it's like,
Yeah.
look, like poor Nickelback. They did
Oh
literally nothing wrong. They didn't do anything controversial. They
no.
didn't like say a political thing. They were just literally existing, and they were too popular, and people
And
thought it was
putting out
embarrassing.
bangers after
Yeah.
bangers, and people were like, "No, we hate you. I'm sorry. Bye." Like,
Yeah,
are
like,
you
oh, it's
kidding
embarrassing to
me?
like them. It's like,
What is the song? Never made it as a wise man. Sick of
you
silence
remind me.
and so
Oh
feel.
yeah, you remind me.
How you remind me? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know the answer to the singing one, but to listen to, are we doing that one?
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite song ever to listen to is "I Can Feel a Hot One" by Manchester Orchestra.
That one can ruin me. If I'm on the edge, I listen to that one, I'm throwing myself off.
Yeah,
That's
I've
it.
already killed myself listening
Signing
to it.
off.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful
Wow.
song, though. It's like, yeah, oof.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think of, yeah.
A Woman by Kesha. Do you guys
Yep,
know that one? I used to listen to that before every single board exam that I took.
that one's a banger.
And then when I had to go on dates with people that I didn't know, like, when you get to that point in your life where you fucking date people you don't know, I would listen to that before I went into my date. And I would scream it. Because,
Yeah,
like, you
that's
Get
don't need no
fired up.
man. Like, I'm a motherfucking woman.
yeah, that's a good one.
So, pro tip to anybody out there trying to date right now, just hype yourself up with Woman by Kesha. Even if you don't like Kesha, I think you'll vibe with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
that's a good one.
Incredible. Well, thanks, guys. That's all I had. I just thought it'd be fun to. I was listening to a podcast the other day where someone was like, oh, someone's favorite things tell you so much about them. And I was like, oh, I think that'd be cool.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, I like the roundabout ways that we learn a little bit more about each other,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Especially when we're like, oh, I know what you're going to say, and then it's something totally different. It's like,
Something
Yeah.
different.
Like,
And
definitely didn't think you were going to say Nickelback or.
I love Nickelback.
Yeah.
And
So.
Creed, oh my God.
I love Creed actually.
I
Also, you
was
know who
not
Jay also
expecting
used
that.
to love a lot was Kings of Leon.
I also loved Kings of Leon. That was like my whole personality, I will say, from
Yeah.
probably 10th grade till like junior year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And that one
big
song,
KOL.
was that one fucking song you listened to all the time, like every day?
Cold Desert.
Mm,
Radioactive.
it wasn't a Kings of Leon song.
It wasn't.
No, there was like a different song that you really liked.
What? Give me a setting. Put me in a time and a place.
It was an EDM song. You listened to it every
Oh, it was
every
like boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. Every day I'd come and get you for bio and I was just like, what is going on in here?
And I'm just raving. Oh man, I love that. Just having 4 brain cells trying to get through college.
Hell yeah.
Vibes, pure vibes got me through
I
there. I do love a good little mashup every now and then.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Well,
Wrap it up.
we'll wrap it up, baby. I guess that's everything for this week. So we'll chit chat next week, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.